Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over at our Patreon page at patreon.com/FSFilms. Those being L, Samantha Bates, and Trevian Alexander. Thank you for your support over the years. We couldn't do nearly as much of the things that we do now if we didn't have your support, so thank you. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. I am Sen, the keeper for the evening, and I am joined this week by Jack. Lucky you. Nope, so you failed, so it's 2d10 plus 10 added. Roll 2d10 plus 10 added to your luck. So 20. All right, I'm also joined by William or Shani. You are. Hang on a second.
This is not a game that has classes or any kind of descriptor after your character.
They didn't hear anything. They didn't hear Jack's intro. Jack, if you could just reintroduce yourself again real quick.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm playing Katie Moody.
Nope.
And I got 20 luck back.
And also, William, you're really quiet.
Yeah, well.
I can't turn you up, so.
I can only kind of turn myself up, and that's only if you want to hear a screaming child upstairs as well.
I mean, Zoom's
The only way
noise.
I can turn myself up is turning my gain up.
Zoom's noise cancellation is real good, so give it a shot.
Random screaming child in the background would fit the Call of Cthulhu aesthetic, to be fair.
I mean, that is fair.
And Victor got plus 23 to their luck. Also being joined by Holly.
Yeah, I'm Holly, playing Vanessa.
And the owner of said screaming child.
Owner.
Okay, don't say owner.
Karen!
Do not say
The
owner.
term is
That sounds
Karen.
loving,
What
caring,
the
responsible
fuck?
parent. Don't take my child away from me.
Owner?
Yeah. It's Call of Cthulhu. I use weird words. I use weird words in my
okay,
normal conversation.
What do I roll for failure?
2d10 plus
2d10 plus 10.
That.
I knew for once.
Thank you.
I am also a parent of two.
Oh, you didn't say owner.
I like how you're a parent.
Yeah.
She's an owner.
Yep.
Apparently, I bought my kids.
I mean, I saw the hospital bill from when our kids came home, so yes.
Also own things that you make yourself. Just saying.
Yeah.
If this line of reasoning continues down the line, there's just going to be Cop Rock Baby Merchant playing in the background.
Can you explain that, please? I've never heard that before.
So there was a really bad musical TV series called Cop
It's so
Rock.
bad. It's so bad. Oh
you
my
say
god.
bad, I say work of genius. But
And
Like-
there is and it's full of like hilariously bad music, but there is one subplot, I think in like one or two episodes, about a couple who was looking to buy a child
Yeah.
from like illegally, like baby trafficking.
Yeah.
And there is an entire song of this shady dude walking up to them called Baby Merchant, talking about how he can get them a baby.
I do feel like there needs a little. So, to understand, this was a cultural event in 1991 or whenever it was, because it was David Kelly, who is like Ally McBeal and like all of these hugely respected like police procedurals and the like. And ABC was like, he is creating a police procedural musical, and it got. I don't think you can properly understand in 2024 how much promotion this show got it lasted, I want to say, 4 episodes because it was so universally hated.
According to this,
It was
got
one
11.
of those shows. 11. Okay, well, it made it that long, but it was one of those shows where, like, reportedly, the ABC execs were watching the viewership drop off a cliff in real time.
According to this, it won an Emmy for outstanding editing for a series and outstanding achievement in music and lyrics for the pilot.
I mean, that
For the
doesn't
pilot.
mean
I'm not
fucking
surprised.
anything.
I'm just looking at some of the episode titles, and these are great.
It's
A Three-Corpse Meal, The Cocaine Mutiny, Oil of Olay, Copophiliac.
It's a show that you have to watch. Like, it is one of the things I feel like you really need to see to understand, because it's so, like, you can't believe that this many studio execs who are responsible for entertainment watch this and was like, yep, go for it. No notes. I mean, they probably gave some notes. But
They made a shit-eating joke for an episode title.
What?
Copophiliac.
Oh.
Corpophiliac is someone, or is like, yeah, that's someone that eats-
coprophiliac.
Yeah, coprophiliac is
No, that is sexual arousal due to
due to
defecation.
feces. Yes, but still,
Also,
On ABC in 1991.
1990, November 7th, 1990 was the air date.
1990.
also, Sin, I insist that after game or during break, you just look up the song Bumpity Bumpity.
Oh no!
I will. Anyways,
Please.
as I look
it is genius, but for all the wrong it is genius in the same way that The Door is genius.
As I look at the title of the last episode of Cop Rock, Bang the Pot Slowly, I'm going to also go ahead and have Trevian introduce themselves.
Trevian, I'm playing Lily and Clara, and I have no idea where anything's going anymore.
I am so glad that I was able to so thoroughly derail just the intro.
Oh
From
my
what I can
God.
tell, one of the characters is named Potts, Potts. So Bang the
Oh.
Pot Slowly has a very specific meaning.
I suppose technically I need a roll lock.
And I'm just putting this in Critter Crew because I opened the Pandora's box. I cannot not share the
2d10
song.
plus 10, which looks like you rolled the 2d10 first, so that's 13 for you.
I rolled the 2d10 first
And
because it was impossible for me to succeed.
Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I experienced Cop Rock when it was happening. I am a survivor.
I only experienced it in the
I'm-
aftermath by way of John Oliver.
You're so
yes,
brave.
John Oliver popularized the child trafficking bit.
Episode,
I am
Oliver
playing
popularized
Virginia.
child trafficking. Mark it, print it.
Wow. I played Virginia Reeds, and I'm rolling my luck. Please succeed.
You
This
did.
game is gonna go so well tonight.
Victory!
It's 1d10 plus 5.
Okay. That's okay. I can spend 30 luck.
As always, Black Lives Matter and trans rights are human rights. Fuck the cop rocks.
Yeah. Fuck Vince McMahon.
And this stream is powered by Sirenscape.
Is it?
As I
'Cause-
turn on Cthulhu
Okay.
tension hums, brackets expanded.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Cthulhu tension hums, brackets expanded. Is the title of the track.
Cthulhu Tension Hums is the name of my cover band that only covers Lou Reed's Metal Machine music.
So,
Just one album.
when last we left off, one of you fell asleep. I think it was Lillian.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So after giving each other a hand several times in the worst possible ways at the mart, severely injuring multiple people and some crocs, the agents of the Federal Bureau of Control made it back to from their supply run alive, though not with as many supplies as they would have liked, but with some. And back to the safe house that their Smith had set up, who is currently providing medical care to Vanessa, who is currently missing all the skin on one arm up to the elbow.
Apologies.
It's currently going to feed a homeless animal. I mean, what else could you ask for?
It has a home. It has its barrel.
Its home is a barrel.
Its home is a barrel.
Inside the mart.
Do you refer to someone's prison as their home?
If that's its prison, it should stay there.
I mean, it was until you guys opened it.
To be fair, some prisoners do consider the prison their home.
That's fair. Anyways, one can only assume.
We have to go back and ask it now.
Vanessa is currently being tended to the medical ministrations of the Smith, who is doing his best to figure out what the fuck he's going to do with this. And Lillian wakes up after falling asleep in the RV, which is currently parked with several of your companions on autopilot. Everyone that's not currently asleep can make a spot hidden check for me. Meanwhile, Lillian, what you doing in the dream?
Probably just sitting there for a while.
Fine, I will spend the 10 luck to succeed.
So wild and carefree with your luck rolls, or with your luck points.
Yeah, that's why I keep getting luck back every session.
Are you wanting to do anything specifically, or just chill, Lillian?
Just chill.
So as a reminder, you are in the RV. It is currently parked. The RV does have power. You do have a computer and maps and the like. It's not moving, but you had been heading towards Lakeview or Lake Haven, and you get the impression that you could probably get things going if you were to mention that to any of your currently not quite fully person allies.
Probably after like 15 minutes, they'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, you make mention. Is there a specific way that you would mention it, or just say, "Hey, aren't we heading to Lake Haven or something?"
Yeah, it's just like, should we continue going towards Lake Haven?
And almost mechanically, all of your allies at the time will sort of nod, acknowledge. Victor and Vanessa will head back to their car. Lewis will get back behind the wheel. Ginny will open a book of some kind, and Kathleen will sharpen a stick for no apparent reason. These are the random things that your Sims do when you're not paying attention. A little "I want to pee" bubble appears above Vanessa's head, but everyone ignores it. Yeah, and the RV and car caravan begin to make their way. It's an odd feeling being driven by someone who is being simsed. You look at Lewis, and it doesn't look like Lewis is actually doing anything, but if you look out the window, the vehicle is moving, fairly competently, although almost robotically. It almost feels like the vehicle itself is moving by itself, and Lewis is just there for appearances. To
be fair,
watching,
I've already experienced this because when I was going to college, I would my mother and brother were going as well, and we would drive there every day, and they would just drive on autopilot.
Yeah.
So it's just a thing.
Is this a Trevian story or a Lillian story?
Driving.
Yeah. I distinctly remember driving when one of my partners lived further away, driving to their house, and going up a particular stretch of highway that I've driven so many times I've got it memorized and not realizing I've made it to the other end. Like just blink and an entire like 15 minutes of drive has passed. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it gets particularly dangerous when there's a long stretch of highway that you can literally drive in your sleep and you start actually falling asleep while you're driving to work some days.
Right? Yeah.
I'm getting to that point for my in-person D&D group because it's a half hour away with nothing in between really. And like twice a week. So it's
That's
just
why God invented Adderall.
Yeah, see, Sen and I used to work at the same place that is an hour away from where we live, the
Yep.
general area. And I hit the point very rapidly working there that I would be falling asleep on the drive, but still driving.
Oh, same. Yeah.
Yeah,
This was
there
before
is.
this was before I had an Adderall prescription too.
There are a few things scarier than waking up in the morning and realizing you don't remember any of your drive home.
Or waking up in the middle
Because
of your drive.
I mean that actually is a little bit more scarier. But like it's the notion of like, I sure hope I didn't hit anybody while I was sleep driving.
Check the news for any homicides.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it's an odd feeling being in the back of an RV, moving like that, but you are in said RV. The others, those of you that succeed on spot hidden, which looks like all of you did because one of you spent luck. Yeah, you notice that Lillian has passed out and is asleep, and one of you was trying to. It was Lillian, actually. Now I think about it, one of you was trying to figure out how to read the monitors, but I think it was Lillian that was doing that.
yeah.
Victor will take a look at the monitor and see if he can figure anything out.
Make a Cthulhu Mythos roll.
Don't have enough luck for that. Didn't even before I spent.
You can't spend luck on Cthulhu Mythos rolls, anyways. So yeah, you can't fucking read this. You can tell it definitely looks like something has changed, but you could not for the life of you tell what it means or what any of it reads as.
No, you can't spend it on Cthulhu Mythos. You can't spend it on sanity rolls.
There it is. Okay. But yeah, the Smith will look over at the monitors and look over the monitors and look over at Lillian. Oh shit, she's asleep. Oh well, I guess y'all are going back in, or at least she is. He says as he's fussing with Vanessa's arm.
That's probably a good idea. Would it be easier to work on people and do medical work while we're asleep?
Generally speaking, yes.
We should probably all get to sleep and get back to work on the inside then.
All right.
Everyone have a snack or take whatever you need to do for food intake.
You, he says, looking at Vanessa, are getting pain meds.
Would appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. As he, you feel a little bit of a pinch as he slips the IV back into your arm, the one that hasn't been deskinned, and very rapidly.
I don't know. There's less in the way of the deskinned one.
Very rapidly begins to put pain medication and anesthesia into the IV bag. And yeah, you're the next one to sleep, Vanessa, functionally.
Yeah.
As you come to wakefulness in the passenger seat of your brother's car, as your brother is fairly robotically. Again, you're getting that same experience that Lillian's getting in the RV of the car driving, but it doesn't really seem connected to what Victor is doing so much as it seems like something else is sort of piloting the car while Victor is there.
Vanessa's going to take advantage of this and say to NPC Victor, hey, you promised I could drive. Is it okay if we pull over and you let me drive?
No, I didn't.
Damn.
Dang it.
NPC Victor knows better.
They have our characters all wrong, but they got that one detail right.
They're NPCs. They don't behave like real people, but they do have their real person's knowledge.
Wanted him to come too with Vanessa driving.
Anything the other three of you are doing before you fall asleep?
Yeah, I'm good
I
to
don't
go.
think so. I think I'm good.
You're all. He adds. He goes and hooks an IV up to Lillian, and puts some anesthetic in it, and basically what he's saying is, so I'm going to set it so that when you fall asleep in the dream, you'll stay in the dream for now. If you need to come out or want to, if I need you to come out, I'll wake you up. Now that I can, if you need to come out, do something that'll get my attention. I've got the monitors on. I'll be able to see it to a degree. The more out of character it is, the easier it'll be to spot.
Like letting Vanessa drive.
Expressing kindness to Lewis.
The more out of character and big it is, the more likely I'll see it.
Is there anything in particular we should be aiming at?
Getting to Lake Haven, figuring out what's going on there. As far as I can tell, y'all were on the right track. You just needed to know that there was another layer to it.
Get going then.
Right. I'll wake you up if I need you. Hopefully, I won't need to. And yeah, IV, and rapidly through combination of just being tired already and medical assistance, the rest of you fall asleep. Even with Lewis awake in the dream, he's still driving kind of robotically, oddly.
I mean, that tracks.
But Victor, you wake up behind the wheel, driving. Very disconcerting to wake up from the middle of a drive. Ginny, you're reading. Ginny, you wake up and you are reading a book. You're reading a book titled Atlas Shrugged, and you don't know how you got it.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah.
And Kathleen, you are currently whittling an arrow for some reason.
Am I doing a good job?
No.
Okay.
You have somehow managed to make the blockiest arrow in existence. It's almost like it belongs more in Minecraft than real life.
I was say, isn't that Ayn Rand's manifesto of stupid? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I don't have a bow to shoot it with either, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah. This is commentary on how in The Sims and things, when people start to read, they don't get a book from anywhere. They just sit down and manifest a book.
Lillian, do you know where we're headed?
Lake Haven.
Oh, good.
We were already heading that way, so it was easy to just get the autopilots to.
And Lillian, it is a little startling when they come to, because there's the only indication that anything has changed is when they suddenly realize what they're doing and react to it. Otherwise, there's no visual indication that that something new has arrived. They're just in the middle of an activity, and then suddenly the attitude changes. That's it. So it's a little disconcerting, but not too much. Same, Vanessa, same with Victor.
Victor realizes that he's at the wheel. He just goes, okay, and tightens his grip on the wheel for a second.
Could have
But
been
to
me
be
at the
fair-
wheel, but
No, it couldn't have.
the other you wouldn't let me.
Yeah, they're supposed to be modeled after us. They know better.
Anyways, Lillian was saying.
Lillian was expecting them to show back up. And also, specifically asking where we're going when it was already stated, to the NPC version that, we should be heading to Lake Haven again. So, asking where we're going is kind of breaks to the NPC character.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can tell when they're back. It's just that there's no, aside from the change in activity, there's no visual inclination as to the fact that there's a change, which is that's the unsettling part. Someone goes from being on autopilot to being a whole ass person, and there's no visual indication of that change. Makes you it's sort of thing that makes you realize that all we are is a pile of meat being puppeteered by electric snakes. Well-timed music sting. Anyways. Ginny and Kathleen, you've been informed as to where you're going. I assume Victor and Vanessa might walkie-talkie over.
Yeah.
Everything good on your end?
So far. Still making our way to Lake Haven.
So I'm told.
All right, we'll keep going then.
How's Vanessa's arm in Dream World?
In the
Is it
dream,
okay?
in the dream, you're fine. You're back to full health.
Cool.
Just note what damage you were at before the for
Yeah,
real life separately. Yeah.
I was gonna ask how I should track that.
Just note it somewhere that you're at X amount of health in real life. As for also
Okay.
everyone, all of you, for some reason, you are fully healed at the moment in the dream. So any damage that you did have in real life, go ahead and mark that down separately. And any damage that you might have had previously in the dream has been healed.
Well, I'm put mine under possessions, health.
It's true. The only
Awake.
thing you really have is your health.
I will do the same thing so that I can find it.
Now you get to deal with
Are
wonderful
magic points still where they were from
Yes,
when
your
we
magic
were away?
points. Your magic points and sanity remain the same. Your health is the only thing that
Okay.
changes from reality to reality. Because the dreamscape is magic, so your magic is contiguous.
That's absolutely fair.
All right.
I mean, maybe for all of you guys, Victor's health hasn't changed since the day he got here.
No matter how hard the crocodiles tried.
Vanessa's gonna run him over one day, but his
You are-
health will change.
You are driving.
Yeah.
You are driving to Lake Haven along the northern river from Twin Oak, which means that eventually you will have to enter into and begin passing through the barrier woods. These woods that form this circular barrier around the mountain range. Upon entering them, all of you feel a shift in this sort of passive feeling of the world around you. While you were on the road outside the woods, and while you were in Twin Oak to a large degree, it felt relatively normal, even within the dream. Hence, you not realizing you were in the dream until you're awake. Now that you're in the woods, that ever-present feeling of tension that you had in the waking world has returned. It seems that feeling of tension exists here in the woods as well, in this barrier wood. The road snakes through the trees. It's very we paved the road without any mind for where the trees, with specific mind for where the trees were. So there's lots of twists and turns as the road was paved around nature rather than through it. Which makes for some exciting driving at the very least. So none of the two drivers, Lewis, who's still behaving slightly odd, and Victor, who is fully awake and cognizant, do manage to have an entertaining time driving at the very least. Anyone who wants to, other than the drivers, can make a perception check.
Yes,
Spot
I
hidden.
always want to. Spot hidden.
So drivers cannot because they are focused on the road, unless you want to risk crashing, in which case you can.
Oh, I did
No.
not.
I'm good.
Spot hidden potholes.
Okay, who's in whose car? For clarity.
It's just Vanessa with Victor, and everyone else is in the RV.
Yeah.
All right. Since Katie succeeded, I will not yet spend luck.
Wait, no,
to-
I didn't succeed.
Didn't you?
I
That
succeed.
was the other spot hidden.
Yeah.
There were 2 spot hidden checks in a row. Since you did not succeed, then I will spend 18 luck
Lillian fumbled.
to have succeeded.
Lillian doesn't see shit.
No.
Now, see, if I hadn't
Lillian
gained
sees
any luck
something.
at the start of the session, I would be at 0.
So you're spending luck to succeed?
Yes.
Okay. So the 2 successes. We'll get to the 2 successes first. Actually, we'll get to the failure first. So, Kathleen, you don't see anything. Woods are woods. A little bit of tension is odd, but other than that, Um, Vanessa and Virginia, there is a palpable presence in the wood. You're not seeing anything specifically, and you are noticing that there's not a lot of traffic here. It doesn't seem like the automated traffic seems to come through the woods. Everybody that you're seeing driving through the woods seems to be more or less naturally driving. They're not moving in that odd, blocky, SimCity-esque way that the other drivers were. So
Okay.
the occasional car you see passing seems to be a person that is in this dream. Or another entity that is aware in the dream, depending.
Right.
Not much surprises you at the very least. There's nothing, there's nobody hiding in the trees, aiming a gun at you. Nothing, throwing spears or shooting things at you. But you do, it is a little bit odd and unnerving, just the presence of the forest. Lillian with a fumble.
You sounded way too excited about that.
As you're driving through as the van, the RV is maneuvering through the woods, you find yourself sort of staring off into the middle distance, keeping an eye on the forest itself. Which is why, as the RV turns the curve, and you see a figure dangling from a tree branch, it catches your eye. And as the van curves closer, you get a bit of a clearer view as you see the unmistakable form of Kathleen and Jenny. As you see, there's more, and Vanessa and Victor and Lewis hung by their necks off of a tree branch in this forest, looking at you and the RV. Make a sanity roll, Lillian.
Let's see, sanity.
I have learned. I've been going through and bookmarking the Call of Cthulhu core rulebook. I have learned an important thing about luck. By looking through this. According to the book, if you use luck to succeed on a roll, it does not count for a skill improvement check.
Ah, good to know.
You have to succeed naturally to mark skill improvement.
Oh, that sucks.
We will ignore that for now because improving skills is hard enough.
It is very hard to improve skills.
I like that better.
And also, y'all don't always succeed on those improvement rolls, anyways.
Yeah, I was about to say.
With a hard success, Lillian, you force yourself to look away from this relatively morbid scene, looking at the others in the RV, perhaps trying to check and see for any fine, minute signs that they might not be who you believe them to be. And then when you look back, those figures are gone, as if they were never there. You do take you do take 3 points of sanity damage, so your maximum sanity is reduced by 3.
Maximum sanity?
Current sanity.
Okay.
Actually, no, sorry. Maximum and current sanity is reduced by 3, and your Cthulhu Mythos score is increased by 3.
Oh, I finally have Cthulhu Mythos.
A whole 3 of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe now I can read the monitor.
And yeah, you are. This is even if you realize, come to terms with the fact that it's probably an illusion. Seeing people very realistically very realistically hung from a tree before you is shaking to your core.
Lillian's reminded of a time in high school of finding a classmate hung in the forest of Idaho.
Did she do anything?
It's a surreal moment. It's a surreal moment, and Lillian has to take that moment to oh, yeah, that was the thing that happened.
Yep. Do you vocalize
Meanwhile,
anything?
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure the forest plays tricks on you if you look at it wrong.
Lily,
Not just the forest. I think it's the whole place.
This is a dream. Everything is playing. Literally everything we're seeing is a trick.
Okay, I mean more so.
Well, no, my point being is that yes, that's yes. But good to know. Are you all right?
Yeah. It just reminded me of things from when I was younger.
All right.
Is the phone speaker still on?
No, it's been turned off. It was presumably turned off by your counterparts.
I'll turn it back on.
All right. You have a number station counting down in the background. The drive continues. Go ahead and give me a drive check, Victor.
All right. Eels. I would like my character sheet to stop doing that. Thank you.
But would it like to stop
Drive.
doing it?
Auto. Motherfucker. What are the consequences of pushing this versus just failing it?
If you push this, you will definitely blow a tire. Failing it isn't going to be too big of a deal.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
It's more fun that way.
We don't need
Still a
tires.
36% chance that I just blow a tire, and I'm not doing that with my sister riding
Do it.
passenger. So
Do it.
no,
Do
I
it.
will just
Do
take
it.
the
Damn it!
tire.
She would never let you live it down.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the fun part.
No, seriously, do it.
Would you like to push through it?
No.
Okay.
Oh shit.
You're no fun.
No is already said. We accept no's here. So, yeah.
Yes, but we also whine about it too.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just making it clear that we accept no's. So yeah, with a failure on your drive auto, there's a bit of a bump. There's a bit of a bumpy road section. The road is uneven. Again, as it was paved around things. There's a section where some roots have burst through the asphalt, and it causes a little bit of a natural speed bump that you weren't quite prepared for because there was no signage, and the car just jostles really hard. Vanessa gets thrown around a little bit. If there was a drink in your cup holder, it's gone now, and otherwise you're fine.
Yeah.
This
place is making itself less welcoming, Victor says over the walkie-talkie.
In the RV, there's a shattering of glass as some of the kitchenware in the kitchen section of the RV that wasn't strapped down properly just falls off as the RV hits that same bump, and some plates go to the ground and shatter.
I hope you didn't have your fine china in here.
A, no. B, it's not the real China.
Fair.
As far as you know, you get back to the RV in real life and all the china's broken.
Again,
But listen,
plates. They were cheap
Guys,
plates.
If we die in the dream, we die out there. So maybe if we break China in the dream, it breaks out there.
Well, we only die out there if we were not already awakened from the dream the first time. If we die in here, we just can't come back.
No, you die. You don't die if you are awake when you die. If you have been awakened but are asleep again and die, you're dead.
Okay.
And we die on shards of plates.
I mean, that would be a very Nightmare on Elm Street thing. A horrible death that is absolutely explained in the real world by something mundane.
Yep. Katie and Jenny make a Cthulhu Mythos roll for me.
I was about to instinctively say I don't want to, but
Oh,
if it's Cthulhu Mythos, I do want to.
yeah. Can you push Cthulhu Mythos rolls?
No.
Okay.
Extreme success.
With an extreme
I
success.
probably didn't want to anyway, but
How much sanity do I lose for making an extreme success on a Cthulhu Mythos roll?
Well, first of all, roll a d10.
Okay. 8.
Your maximum sanity is reduced by 8. Your Cthulhu Mythos skill is increased by 8.
Okay, now we're getting into concerning points. My max sanity is now 55.
oh man.
You
It
notice
goes insane.
a particular pattern in the broken plates on the ground. It's a sort of the way it has fallen has achieved the golden ratio. So you see this perfect spiral of connectivity in the broken plates, and it draws your attention to it. And there's just this vision, this adjustment to your vision, where you sort of see the underlying fabric of the dream that you are in. The world itself suddenly seems to be a chessboard that you are perceiving from an aerial perspective, and watching a bus moving along, and you see that there is this teeny tiniest of threads of enmity that has woven its way around the RV, and you follow that thread of enmity to the plates. And as your vision returns to normal, you have this vague premonition that you need to get rid of those shards of plate.
All right. By the way, I'm sorry, the editor in me has to clarify. It's enmity, not enmity. I'm sorry. I know I'm grammar. I know I'm grammar.
On the day.
I just couldn't let it go.
It's a hard word to say.
It is. No, 100%. Any word that right off the bat combines two humming letters. Fuck you, word.
ENMITY.
Yeah, enmity. But no, I will immediately pick them up, open the door, and fling them out the door.
All right, Victor, make another drive check for me.
I throw them across directly in the other window and smack
Hard
Victor in
success.
the head.
You watch a series, because you're following behind the RV. You watch as a series of broken plate shards come out a suddenly opened door and fly
I was
towards
in
you.
front of the RV and now I'm behind it.
No, you're behind it. You were
'Cause
always
I had
behind.
I had hit the speed bump ahead of them.
I described you hitting the speed bump ahead of them, but time is wibbly wobbly, and you were behind them the whole time.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Yeah, it's a dream. It's
All I
it's
can
odd,
imagine
yeah.
is this goes horribly wrong, and these plates are made of porcelain.
I was gonna say no. This is exactly how a Final Destination situation starts.
No.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, the plates are porcelain. A porcelain shard can shatter glass so easily.
You're not wrong.
But fortunately, you
Victor's Rachel
swerve.
just explodes.
You swerve the car out of the way as sharp plate shards come flying past.
I am to the point of I am grabbing a broom and sweeping all the tiny little bits.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A well-made, sturdy
out.
porcelain shard can shatter glass. This is the cheap shit that Victor stocked his RV with.
Well, and also, AKA, like, shitty porcelain can do, but it's not going to shatter a tempered glass.
Yeah, like tempered glass, like a
windshield.
windshield.
Also-
yeah.
China is not porcelain, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Also
it's in
fair.
China.
Realistically, why would the plates in the RV be porcelain? Two,
Yeah.
why would they even be stoneware and not just plastic?
Yeah, but they
Because
shattered, so they're not plastic.
Because that's what was available when Victor said, I
Yeah.
need to get plates.
exactly.
Yeah, like Victor was like, I need cheap plates. These will do.
Went to the Goodwill and picked up the first set of plates there, and they just happened to be
Something shattered.
like they were right next. They were right next to the plastic ones, but they were the ones that were closer that he just picked up and carried to the register.
Well, they don't
Yeah.
sell plastic plates at a Goodwill, like a pawn shop or a thrift store or anything like that. Because why would you?
Because they'll sell just about anything.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but who's gonna turn? That would imply that
Lot of
that they
people.
bought the plastic plates from either someone or somewhere.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, a lot of places
I-
like that
yeah.
will do donation too.
Anyways,
I would like to challenge that you do not have a low enough bar for what people will try to donate and or sell and or pawn.
that's fair. Now I'm just thinking of things that no one would ever pawn,
Someone
No,
will probably buy it.
they'll no,
like a kidney.
they won't you don't pawn that. You sell it on Amazon like a normal person.
What would you do? But that's some Call of Cthulhu shit though. It's like you're working on a pawn
Or
shop
on
that comes in
eBay.
trying to sell you a kidney,
Then they're dumb.
or it's
Because you
not
can
theirs.
get so much more on eBay.
Anyways, I got a load of kidneys I need to get rid of quick.
Just like your cocaine. Don't pawn it. Put it on Amazon as special talcum powder,
High energy powdered sugar.
or that.
Protein energy supplements.
Stuff them in Beanie Babies and sell the Beanie Baby. Like, they're much better ways than trying to pawn them.
That would increase the value of Beanie Babies significantly.
Oh, we have in my home game, World of Darkness, our standing canon is that Beanie Babies became popular because one of the characters who was around those used them as mule objects for smuggling.
I think I
And
recall this.
one of them accidentally got directed to a store.
I recall this. Anyways,
Yeah.
so yes, Victor, you are now seeing bits and pieces of plate coming, being swept out the door. So is everyone else in the RV, by the way. You're seeing Ginny do this.
But Vanessa will just say to Victor, should we be concerned about this?
It seems like a normal response to broken plates to me.
I
To
mean,
throw them out the door in the middle of driving?
Yeah.
as opposed to like
No,
throwing
okay,
them in
maybe
the
not.
garbage bag, you know?
Yeah, okay,
Like,
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
there was no leisureliness to this. This was shove the door open, grab the plates, big pieces, chuck them out, and then start quickly brooming the pieces out.
You doing all right?
Something was connecting. Something was seeing us and connecting to us through those. Yes, I understand how insane this sounds.
People divine stuff by throwing bones. The way a
It's
plate
true.
breaks makes sense.
I'm gonna check in on Victor over the walkie.
They're just this time, they're still dividing by bone, just bone china.
Yep.
Make sure they're all right.
We're still here, yeah.
Okay, no harm done.
I mean, unless somebody finds those shards and uses them to follow us, but I mean, if they're going to follow us by the shards, they're going to follow us by anything we leave behind.
There's not a trail, it's just a couple of plate bits on the highway.
Yeah,
Yes, but the notion is that they might be able to be used as a connection to us and used as objects to scry on us with, which
There's all sorts of things that could do that.
is there a reason they're being thrown out?
Yes, they were evil and angry at us.
Maybe.
Did they come to life?
No.
No.
Okay. I'm okay.
I looked at them and I saw something evil and angry at us. Not something, just. It's hard to
Evil
explain.
angry.
No, it's okay. I feel like that most mornings, so I understand.
Vanessa
I
says,
keep
stealing a
telling
glance
you.
at Victor.
You need to get better sleep and not worry so much about the last guy you were dating.
It's unnecessary to say that over the walkie-talkie.
She just stares at him.
I like how you say that over the walkie-talkie
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
the
no, 'cause
person that you're
William-
in the car with.
William did the walkie-talkie sign, which
Yeah,
means
no,
you all heard that.
he had it on
Oh
his
yeah.
belt. That's because he just didn't take it. He was in the middle of talking to everyone else when that came up, and he just didn't like because she was talking to them through the walkie-talkie that he's holding, so he just didn't take his thumb off.
I'm gonna pretend like I never heard that.
First of all, looking at Victor, guy or girl, and I didn't say what I was looking at first thing in the morning as she just stares hard at Victor.
Yeah, you don't sleep in the same room as me.
I still see you when I get up.
Do you? Because usually I'm up well before you.
Well, never mind. Just try it.
I love sibling problems while on the road in the middle of a nightmare.
All I can think of is like you're not the first thing I see. You're not the thing I see first thing in the morning. And Sweet Home Alabama just starts playing over the radio.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Vanessa's just muttering under her breath right now.
You're never gonna win.
It actually does start playing. Like you all hear it. Like those of you on the walkie-talkie, you do hear it. As the rest of you hear it coming from the radio at the front of the RV. Lewis is looking confused and upset that is playing out of his radio.
Listen, I'm just saying, why does it always have to be Sweet Home Alabama, which is not that bad of a song?
No.
Why can't it be like some fucking, I don't know.
Because Alabama's the state.
Where you marry your sibling or cousin.
I don't know, Allman Brothers or something like that. Allman Brothers is not a band. But Leonard Skinner gets way too much shit, is all I'm saying.
I mean, they got Sweet Home Alabama and they've got Freebird. They deserved it at some point.
Okay, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, I know it's a cliche. Freebird's an awesome fucking song.
It's also 9 minutes long.
And Queen doesn't get shit for Bohemian Rhapsody.
They shouldn't get shit for anything.
That's because Bohemian
the
Rhapsody
problem is
slaps,
everyone
okay?
at every crowd telling every musician to play a 9-minute song in the middle of their set.
I get that. No, that's why I get it.
Mercury, you won't get shit for anything either.
I get it. Okay, fine. Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven doesn't get nearly the shit that Freebird does.
Anyways, speaking of Stairways to Heaven,
I will go off on Leonard Skinner forever.
We're going to take a break a little bit early, but we'll be back in just a few minutes. So those of you that are watching, please stay tuned to these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. A dinosaur story. So, you're currently driving 2 pairs of cars through a winding wood. The road is getting increasingly more uneven and bumpy as the trees grow to reclaim the bits of the ground that the asphalt has gone over. Roots pierce through the road, causing intermittent bumps and making the drive steadily harder and harder. Is there anything you're doing while this is happening?
I am focused on driving.
What?
Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't think so currently. Just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
Getting increasingly paranoid.
Fair.
Good paranoid, not bad paranoid.
Lillian, Vanessa, Katie?
No, I don't think so.
Now,
Just continuing to stare at Victor, getting
Oh.
increasingly pissed off at him.
What's going through Vanessa's mind as she's getting increasingly pissed off at Victor?
Just the whole internal fight she always has of he's the perfect one and she's always the one to screw up.
Okay. Give me a power roll, Vanessa.
Uh-oh.
Bye, Victor.
Richard just gets yeeted out the side of the
Can I spend luck on that?
We're gonna say no because this is a subconscious thing that's happening. So,
Gotcha.
in this case, you wanted to succeed. With a failure, that irritation builds and builds and builds, and you recall that you are not you the player, not you the character, you the player. Recall that you are bound to the car battery. So, as your frustration with Victor is growing in this liminal space that is this dream world, you feel a wire pull taut in your mind and then tug slightly further than it should, and there's a snap. And as you feel that tension break, you hear the sound of a tire exploding. Victor, make a drive check with a penalty die.
All right. Let's see if I can save this or not. If the penalty gets too bad, I might not. Penalty was actually even better, so I'm going to spend that 6 luck and succeed.
The penalty would have been worse because that would have made it 100 instead of.
Yeah, that would have made it. That would have made it a
that would have made
zero.
it zero's not a roll. It would have made it 100. Double zeros on a
That would've made
D100
it-
is 100.
Oh yeah.
So that's a fumble.
Yeah, that would have been a fumble.
Wait, isn't it a
It
fumble?
is
I
a
thought it
fumble.
was a
Yeah,
penalty.
because it's a penalty die, so that is a fumble. So,
In which case, I'm still going to. I'm still going to spend luck to not fumble.
since we've been refreshing the rules, can you look on your bookmarked page and see if you can spend luck to remove a fumble?
I believe we said it was 10 luck.
It was
Oh,
10
no,
luck
sorry.
total. That's
hang,
right.
Hang
That's
a
right.
moment.
was 10 luck
There
total.
was a thing that I came over in the book while I was looking at the luck. rules. One
It's
second.
10. Like you can't spend luck.
That's specifically
to
for
succeed a fumble.
firearm malfunctions and
Okay,
combat
okay.
fumbles. Hang on. There's a different thing about luck outside of combat.
Non-combat fumbles.
Luck rolls. No, using luck.
Yeah.
Players.
those watching at home
I
while Wayne was looking up rules, the reason why you read double zeros on a D100 as 100 is because D100s look for the first and second place of a tens position. So if both the first and second place of a tens position is 0, then you have to assume that there is a third position that is not represented on the dice that is a 1, because double zero isn't a number.
It is, but it isn't a result.
Yeah. So double zero is 100. 1 is 1. And there is no true zero.
Da, 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 da. Fumbles, skill fumbles cannot be bought off. Good luck.
All right. That makes sense.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, Victor, your passenger side front tire goes off like a landmine. And you try to correct, and the car ends up on its side, skidding to a halt.
Fucking.
As the car pitches to the side. Fortunately, there are lots of trees around, and so you hit a root that launches you cabin first into the side of a tree.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Both of you make constitution checks for me.
Extreme success.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Vanessa, you are unconscious as you
Yeah.
are
No, that's about right.
as you are whiplashed into a concussion. Victor,
Immediate carnage.
your head, neck, and shoulders hurt, but you are not. But you are still awake. The RV from the front of the RV, you hear Lewis go, "Holy!" As he shnikes, as he hits the brake and pulls off to the side, and in the rearview mirror, he's just sort of like looking over his shoulder out the window. The rest of you heard a collision.
Yeah, I'm looking out. Stop the car. Stop the van.
He has stopped the RV.
Okay. I'm getting out and I'm running over.
Yeah, the car is currently on its side, on the passenger side, with the driver's side up, leaning, tilted over cabin, roof first into the side of a tree.
As
Victor,
looks
Vanessa.
over and sees that Vanessa is unconscious and starts undoing seatbelts and dragging Vanessa out of the car.
Yep, I will facilitate.
Is which side is door down? Passenger side.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a over here. Let me see. From Victor, I'm going to need a strength check with a penalty die. And how are you trying to help, Jenny?
He's trying to pull. I'm there to grab and pull and.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a. We'll say. We'll have you do a strength check.
Can
as
I
well in a second.
negate the penalty?
This is for grabbing Vanessa and pulling her up while hanging off your side functionally. So you can't really help. Yes, Kathleen?
Can I find something to break the windshield?
The front windshield?
And or cut seatbelts?
Yeah.
I mean, there is someone in the car who is not unconscious. Cutting seatbelts is not an issue.
If we can figure out a way to get Vanessa out without diving headfirst through the car window that's up here, then we can get you out and then get her out. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a luck roll. Just see if there happens to be a window breaker stocked somewhere. With a success, yeah, you can in the RV you can find a little window breaker. It's one of those things where it's got a really sharp metal point on one end, and it's got the seatbelt cover built into it.
Split.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring that out, and Virginia, get Victor out.
Fucking.
With a 75.
You're like my windshield.
That is 2 more than I have luck to fix.
Yeah, so yeah, you're in an awkward position. It is you are relatively strong, but Vanessa is a heavy person, and underneath you. And so you're trying to from hanging sideways by your seatbelt, blood rushing to your head, you're trying to get Vanessa unbuckled and out, and you cannot do it from your angle.
Victor, get out and let me help Vanessa. Get out.
Fuck no, I'm not getting out while she's still in here. He like reaches up behind his seat and like pulls himself to where he's at, like using his feet to balance, and undoes his seatbelt so that he can actually move in this vehicle.
If you fall on her, it's going to make things worse.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
How are you going to stay not falling on her?
This car is on its side.
It's on its side, but slightly tilted over, so it's on its side and upside down.
Yeah. So it's tilting like this way.
Yeah.
There is a console here and back seats over here. So his goal is, because he's on the upper end of this situation. His goal is to plant a left foot in the wheel in the well where the gas pedal is, basically. And put the right foot over the back seat so that he's basically straddling the back seat so that he can actually get a position to move and do things.
Okay, give me a dexterity check. See if you can maneuver yourself around.
Fucking dice!
What
happens if I push this?
If you push this, you will make things worse for Vanessa.
It's okay.
Do it.
It's all right.
He's doing something dangerous, but it has a bigger upside. Stop rolling like that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you go to like swing your leg around, and you realize you've got like a pain in your side that is hampering your movement a little bit more. You took more damage than you thought you did. But the bigger thing is that you've got, there's a lot of stuff in the car in addition to you and Vanessa. There's all your weapons and gear and stuff. And so you're having to maneuver around relatively delicately, but you do manage to get yourself into like this sort of split position, where you're sort of bracing yourself against the footwell, and also bracing yourself against the back seat functionally.
And now that he's out of the seatbelt and braced here, it should be easier to climb down to Vanessa's level to at least get her out of the seat and laying flat instead of hanging.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Katie, you do have this window breaker. What you doing with it?
Nothing right now. I'll just wait for Victor to do whatever it is that he's going to do, and once he fails, I'll break the window and get Vanessa out.
All right.
Wow, the shade.
So you're in a better position for your own balance, but you're not in a better position for pulling Vanessa. So it's still gonna be a strength check with a penalty die, but
he's not trying to pull her loose right now. He's actively not trying to lift her right now. What he's trying to do is get, because it's tilted like this.
Just rearrange her.
He's trying to get his feet past her onto basically her window, so that he is in front of her, basically to put arms under her, so that he can let her seatbelt loose and get her not hanging by a seatbelt, and just lower her onto the window.
So it's be a dexterity check with a penalty die, because it's still awkward positioning and she's underneath you still, which makes everything more difficult.
So that's a hard success.
So now if it was 0, it would be a technically better roll.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
Still a hard success.
But that is a 19. So yes, you managed to. It's awkward going and slow, but you do manage to get her unbuckled and shifted so that functionally her back is against the tree.
Yeah.
But you don't think you're going to be able to lift her out just because of the angle of the car.
That's okay.
Can I pull her out the front now?
Hand me the breaker, he says, reaching his hand out the other window. Because you're not breaking glass in from outside.
That is actually a fair point.
To be fair, there's not a lot of glass that will go in.
Yeah.
Still.
Because of the film.
Yeah.
Still.
It wouldn't.
I'm still not shattering glass toward my sister.
It got passed in.
Yeah. You gotta hand it over to you. Gotta make a strength check with a bonus die because you are using a glass breaker.
Bonus die, fucking. If it's even one better, I can spend luck. It's actually now a hard success.
Yeah. So yeah, you begin punching the front window. Glass breakers don't work the same on a front window that they do on a side window. They're largely designed for the side window.
Correct.
Because the side window will break out easier. The front windows of modern cars at least has sort of like a plastic film keeping all the glass in a single line, so that when it does break, it doesn't shatter in any direction. It just sort of shatters where it sits. But with a hard success, you are able to get enough of a hole through it that you can then start kicking it out with your foot. And eventually with some kicking, and at a certain point, you're going to need to get Ginny and Katie to help from the outside, and they do, assumedly. Are the two of you willing to help?
I said start shooting through the hole. No, I'm kidding.
I want to know if I can tell if Vanessa is stable right now.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Because if she doesn't, I'm going to try to get the Smith's attention and wake her up. That way, if anything happens, she's fine.
Make
First aid
medicine. This is seeing if she's okay. So make a medicine check.
If I have any doubt, I'm going with she's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Hard to tell.
I mean, you have a 1 in medicine. Hard to tell.
Yeah, like there was a. I might as well try.
It's right. So it's hard for me to tell. So
yeah,
I'm going to start. I don't know. I'll go talk to the phone again.
Okay.
It worked last time. Maybe it'll work again.
Okay.
I'm helping try and break the window out so we can.
Yeah. So once you start kicking it, Katie takes off for the RV again. Ginny, you start pulling at certain spots, and you're able to remove largely the front window without leaving too much glass behind.
Drawn hander through.
And with that,
he'll like very gently slide her out.
Don't need to make a roll. With that, once you've got the window open,
Good, because I do not have a good strength stat.
Much easier to get her out. And you can see, now that you've got her out, you can see there's no blood or anything like that. She just is out. She got hit hard enough to just knock her senseless. Probably going to be a lot of bruising, but no visible damage as far as you can see.
After she has been removed and is safe, I will crawl out the hole myself and then check myself for damage.
Yeah. You are honestly like feeling around. You're probably in an equivalent level of damage that yours got more. Your seatbelt was on properly, and you weren't looking sideways like Vanessa was, so you didn't. Your head wasn't in the perfect position for the tree to catch it. So you've suffered roughly the same amount of damage, just in different spots. You imagine if Vanessa had been facing forward, then she probably wouldn't have hit the tree as hard. This is why you always face forward in cars, people. Because something might magically blow out a tire and cause you to flip into a tree.
How many hit points of damage have we both taken?
None. You've taken no hit points of damage.
Okay.
But you have totaled the car.
Am I able to get through to the Smith? Because I don't know that she's okay.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to get her woken up.
You get to the radio. Go ahead and give me a power roll. Let's see how functional you are at getting the Smith's attention. That's a success. Yeah, you're able to get the Smith's attention.
I'm yelling at it to wake Vanessa.
I'd make a roll for him. See how well he interprets that. Because he's not.
It's just 2 words. Wake Vanessa.
Yes, but it's.
Yeah, I know. It's not that on his end.
He has to interpret it in the data.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving him as little information to have to interpret in the hopes that it will be easier.
Over the radio, you hear, Kent, surgery.
Car crash.
Surgery, you hear back again.
Who is he conducting surgery on? Is
Vanessa.
Somebody conducting surgery on
Vanessa,
him?
the person missing most of the skin of her hand.
Oh, that's also
You don't want to wake her up in the middle of that.
That is a fair explanation. I was just like, did he find some random person and start doing surgery? Is somebody doing surgery on him?
No, he's watching Repo the Genetic Opera.
Okay, no, that's fair. You don't want to do anything when you're watching that. You want to give it.
I would like to interrupt that.
Sorry, what was that? What was that, Jack?
I would hate to interrupt that.
Yeah, you know.
So yeah, Victor's just going to find a soft spot to lay Vanessa away from the car in case it tilts further.
Wait, you can give me
Bring her back to the RV.
You can give me a Katie. You can give me a psychology roll.
Oh God, what happens if I push it?
You don't glean any information.
Okay,
So yeah,
well then I
it's
push
relatively
it.
safe. Relatively safe to push it. Yeah.
God damn
There's
it!
still nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like he's
Some pushes are going to be relatively safe.
he's in the middle of surgery apparently. Whether that is on Vanessa or on somebody else, you don't know. But it seems like he is not in a position where he can wake Vanessa up right now.
And at which point Victor carries Vanessa in to lay her on one of the beds in the RV.
She seems okay.
If she got hit like I did, she's going to be really fucking sore, but otherwise, yeah.
At this point, Vanessa.
I go to the sink. Okay, I was about to splash water on you, so.
I mean, you could be right mid splash
Oh.
right as Vanessa wakes up.
She opens her eyes and
Still
What?
in Victor's arms being carried.
what the? Mm.
Well, you laid her on the bed, so.
Your tire blew, it looks like.
More than blue, it went off like a fucking grenade was under it.
Question:
Mhm.
Does Vanessa know she caused that?
Make a psychology roll.
I have a feeling whether she does or not, nobody else is gonna.
Yeah.
Failure.
Can't
You,
spend luck on
with a
that if you
failure,
got
you
luck.
with a failure, you know you caused that.
Oh, I know it.
Make a sanity roll.
Oh,
As you realize you almost killed your brother.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
What the fuck is your sanity right now?
Okay. Yeah, I had a question on that because it got really low, but I wasn't sure if I regained sanity.
How did your sanity get to 12?
Holy fuck!
I can't remember.
I don't think it should be at 12. I feel like 12
I feel
is too
like
low.
it
What
shouldn't.
was the last place? Hang on, let me roll up real quick. Hang on.
What was the last place that
Yeah.
you roll sanity?
View all chat entries.
I feel
Hold on.
like if your sanity had reached 12, you would have said something out loud before that point. Something about, I need someone to give me therapy.
I didn't realize. Yeah.
I'm looking. Your last sanity was 19.
Okay.
Before that was 62. Oh wait, no, that's Victor. Me, Lewis. Lewis, Lillian, Lewis, Kathleen. Before that was 40.
How did you go from 40 to 19?
I don't know.
What is your spell that you have? Have you used that?
She hasn't.
No.
Nobody's died.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I haven't used
No, we
it.
have, but to be fair, we have done a lot of things that,
But I
and when
don't-
you failed that, you went that, you went down by
Yeah, but she
2.
didn't take 40
So
points. of
okay, so
sanity.
here's
Yeah.
my
No.
question. It says 12/74, which is what I
The
don't
first
get.
one is your current. The second one is your max.
Okay.
Hey, did you reduce?
So that brought you down to, so you're at 40, you lost 2, that brought you down to 38. Sorry, I'm having to go through.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I think
How dare? No, it's fine. Victor, Virginia.
I feel like he
Okay,
hasn't
you lost sanity, or you failed a sanity roll. I don't see any die rolling after that to determine how far we might have dropped. No, you should be.
Like 38, I think.
You lost
Okay.
2, and then all of a sudden, you're at 38, and then all of a sudden you're at 19. You lost half your sanity. Nowhere I can see. So you should have
Okay.
at
Yeah, that
least.
feels like a typo.
You should
Okay,
have at
it
least
probably-
19 more.
Okay, so what should it be at right now
So
then?
your current
Add
sanity
19
should
to
be,
whatever
your
you're
current-
at.
Yeah, add
19.
19 to whatever your current sanity is.
31.
19, okay.
Not great.
It's not 12.
You should see a psychiatrist.
I should.
I would have thought it would have been Jeremy's character with such low sanity.
Look, my sanity is at a 46 right now.
Okay. Roll
It's
sanity again with your
bad,
current
but it's
value,
not
Vanessa.
good. It's not.
Roll your sanity again. Now that you've got the right number punched in.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Still failed.
Can I
You can't
spend
spend luck on a
on
sanity
that?
roll.
Gotcha.
So you can spend luck with regards to the sanity lost. You can't spend luck to make the roll better, but you
Okay.
can spend twice as much sanity as you would lose to have that amount.
You're only losing 1 point
Okay.
of sanity anyways,
Oh.
you're only losing 1
That's-
point of
okay.
sanity as you realize that you almost killed yourself and your brother
Right.
because of
Shit
your
happens.
wayward intentionalities.
Okay. Vanessa, not thinking clearly right now and being pissed off at herself, tries to get up and walk out of the RV.
You
Oh,
can't.
whoa,
Victor's there and be
whoa,
like,
whoa.
no.
Your body hurts. You've just been.
You are not going.
You feel like
anywhere.
you've just been. You feel like you've just gone through a tumble dryer on speed mode. Like
You probably hurt more than I do, and I know I don't want to go anywhere right now.
I know I need to get out.
You need to lay there.
I need to get out. I'm gonna get everyone killed.
I'm sorry. What?
The car accident was my fault.
Somehow I doubt that, unless you have a grenade in your pants that I didn't know about.
It has to do with my ability, my connection with the car battery.
Okay, so it went haywire. That happens.
No, it's my own fault, okay? I
Not
was
your
pissed.
fault.
I was pissed at you and I almost got you killed.
Pissed at me for what? For teasing
It's
you?
no, it's a long story, okay?
You are tougher than I am.
Well, we can't leave you here and we can't send you out. So you're gonna have to stay.
Look,
I'm just gonna get us killed. I just keep screwing up.
I'm not good with emotions. I literally say that,
No.
and I turn around and I walk out of the. Wait a minute.
hi, Oxygen. How you doing?
As Victor like pulls up a seat to set his aching body into next to Vanessa. No.
The one time we really need Louis.
Yeah.
No, you don't, he says as he sits down. I get that sometimes it feels like that, but frankly, I still wouldn't be standing here if you weren't around.
I doubt that.
Oh, I don't.
I feel like
you are literally bigger, stronger, and tougher than I am in every regard.
I mean physically, but you're smarter.
I don't know about that. I'm a cocky asshole. I may give off like I always know what I'm doing, and that's an act of confidence. Moving with confidence helps me get through the day. That doesn't mean that I always know the right answer in every situation.
I just feel like our entire lives I do nothing but screw up and you do everything perfect.
If I did everything perfect, neither of us would be in this situation because I wouldn't have been found by the department. We would still be out making money somewhere in the other half of the country. It was my fault that we're even here.
Vanessa, make another power roll.
The Winnebago just flips over from a stationary position.
The sentence, that thought keeps echoing in your brain. I'm screwing up. I'm fucking up. I'm screwing up. I'm fucking up. It's sort of reverberating in your own personal inner echo chamber as your inner demons are functionally coming to life. Make an either an occult or education roll.
Let me see. Definitely education. Success.
With success, this thought is beginning to echo chamber in your brain, and it seems odd, and you realize you're in a dream. Not only are you in a dream, you're in a psychoactive dream. You're in a dream that responds to your inner voice. Your inner self-doubt, your inner self-talk is manifesting through your power. And you can't stop it. That voice keeps echoing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, drowning out the attempted positive reinforcement that's happening from Victor. Everyone else make an occult roll. Success.
Nope.
Success, failure. Fair enough. Katie, Lillian, and Virginia, the three of you sort of come to the realization that putting together what Vanessa's saying and how she's talking, yeah, you come to that realization that this is a domain of thought. This is a domain of mentality. Your mentality affects the world around you. And as Vanessa has gone into the spiral of self-doubt, the three of you sort of glance around casually, thinking about what's going to happen. And you watch as the walls of the RV are beginning to rust. They are beginning to decay in front of you in real time.
Can I make a psychoanalysis roll to figure out some
We're
way to help her
literally-
interrupt it?
Yeah.
We're literally
that's
Elm
the
Street
sanity recovery
Dream
one, right?
Yes. Sorry, two you were talking at once. Jack, what was that?
Sorry.
That's the sanity recovery one, right?
Yes, psychoanalysis. Jerry, what were you saying?
Oh,
Oh, I was just saying we are literally Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors right now.
what happens if I push
fully
it?
If you push it, you will. If you push it, you will just not know what to do specifically to counteract this in this moment.
I already don't know what to do, so I'm going to push it.
Lillian is going to start. Is going to get like. So Lillian is very much autistic coded.
Mm-hmm.
Lillian's going to go into a spiral of order, like chat, like we know what's going on, like we know what's going on, we know what happens, and just start like spiraling and like
Listing the facts and
yeah.
Give me a power roll.
arranging all your thoughts and
No.
We'll say with a bonus die real quick, just because for specific reasons.
Okay.
23.
23.
That's a
then.
hard success.
Hard success.
So yeah, you begin sort of self-initiating a hyperfixation on facts as you perceive them. And as you do, that rusting to the van begins to slow. It doesn't stop. But right now we've got a doom spiral and a hyperfixation fighting each other right now over the status of the RV. So it's slowing but not stopping the degradation. As Vanessa, this voice just keeps bouncing back and forth and getting louder and louder and taking on almost an agency of its own. What's everybody else doing right now?
I'm going to step out of the van too and have a look around, look at the map, see what the consequences of having to walk would look like.
Go ahead and give me a. You've got a map. Go give me a navigate with a bonus die.
Victor has seen his sister spiral before. Not about this. Usually it's about a guy or a girl. But has grown up with her. And
spin
is
6 luck for that. Yeah, spin resist. Yeah, there you go.
and is trying to figure out the appropriate hard shock to reorient her mental pathway, right?
I'm stepping back inside.
Okay. Psychoanalysis roll from Victor. Jeremy.
Extreme success.
No, Jeremy.
Step back inside. Vanessa, snap the fuck out of it.
Psychoanalysis roll from Virginia. With a bonus die, we'll say, for directness.
I will spend 10 luck.
There you go.
Wait,
you'd only
14 luck.
You'd only have to
4 luck.
spend. You would only have to
14
spend
luck.
14.
Mm,
Yeah. Sorry,
for
34.
You're
to
34 or 20.
You're right.
14. Okay. Both of you roll a d10.
1 luck. That's what I've got left.
1
Mm.
luck. So.
Sorry,
roll
a D10.
Yep.
Do I need to roll D10?
No.
Okay,
Uh,
wasn't sure.
All right. So Vanessa, your current sanity goes up by 9 as you get these. Victor, you. Honestly, you slap her. Like, rather than trying to find
I was about
just
to do
slap her.
that. I was about to whack.
Knowing your sister, physical stimulation, particularly with how much pain she is, will shock the brain. And it won't necessarily stop that spiral forever, but it'll record skip it, at least for a moment, long enough for potentially for Vanessa to get control of herself. So yeah, between the two of you,
He just hauls back and slap.
I'm so glad because I was literally about to walk. I just didn't want to get hit.
to be
So
clear,
he's like leans back.
to be clear to our viewers, never slap somebody that's just been in a car accident.
No.
It's having a panic attack unless they're in a psychoactive dreamscape that is actively reacting to their panic attack.
Absolutely.
Because normally having a panic attack is better than, injuring an injured person.
Yes.
But
Vanessa, make a sanity roll
with your improved +9 to your sanity.
and
Yes.
and a bonus die for stimulation. And a
Oh,
bonus,
bonus
die.
die.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Now make a power roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
I
have,
think we're about to get yeeted up.
the record skip. The record skip didn't last forever. So your brain is back on panic mode, but that brief gap between that brief gap of nothingness from the shock was enough for you to seize the rein on your own power and disconnect it from the psychoactive reality around you. So you were still having the panic spiral in your brain, but it is no longer affecting reality around you. As Lillian's hyperfocus is now the dominant force in the room, you that are paying attention can see that the rust is beginning to fade back to normal on the van.
As Victor does that, he immediately after that, he sort of leans back in the chair. It's like, fuck. Because he also hurt himself doing that.
Kathleen, looking at the map, looking at where you're at, you're about another 4 hours worth of driving from Lake Haven. On foot, it would take you, depending on how the woods reacted, it could take you anywhere from the rest of the day to several days if you were to have to hoof it. But the RV seems to have settled down and stopped actively degrading around you. Vanessa, you're still mentally spiraling, but it's no longer affecting your reality around you.
Mm-hmm.
Lillian, you can tell that what you're doing seems to be working, and it doesn't seem to be anything combating you anymore on that front at
Oh
the
no.
moment, at least.
Oh no. Lillian's just completely in a spiral, doesn't realize shit's going on anymore.
Because it is a psychoreactive landscape, weirdly, your hyperfocus sort of extends a little bit further beyond your form. Your
Okay.
senses sort of expand into the RV itself. So you're still in the middle of that spiral, but you can tell that it has been successful, even though you're still
Okay.
in it. And continue.
Lillian very much just continues in the spiral.
Victor sort of leans back and like rests his side. You need to quit measuring yourself against things that are irrelevant to you. Jesus fuck.
Sorry.
Don't you fucking apologize to me. What I do and the confidence I put out is entirely on me. Just because I'm confident doesn't mean that I've got everything down, and it sure as hell does not mean that you are failing.
Okay.
Like I said, we wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for my fuck ups. And you've been there for me from day one.
Okay.
There is no way in the world I would still be alive without you. Hell, I wouldn't have made it out of childhood.
She's gonna be quiet, and she's just gonna lean in and just rest her head on his shoulder.
Arm around her shoulder and just keep her close.
Not to be the bitch, but I'll be the bitch. Are we done feeling and can we start driving?
Sweet
You
Home
guys can
Alabama
fucking
kicks over
drive.
Sweet Home Alabama kicks over the radio again at full volume for some reason. Lewis desperately tries to turn it down.
My car is fucking wrecked, so until I've got time to put new tires and maybe new windows, it's not going anywhere. It's also wrecked in the dream, so I don't care as much. But
I was
saw
going to
that-
say, don't worry, your car is fine.
yeah,
I saw that our RV is not rusting anymore, so I'm going to come back in. Can't you just ride in the RV?
I mean, I can.
Good, let's go.
And the entire time that they're not being interacted with, Victor is still just going over every single time that Vanessa has saved his ass that he can recall.
And Vanessa's just being really quiet, just staying close to him.
All right. So you close the door to the RV, assumedly.
No, we're going to leave it wide open while we drive.
Camera cuts out to the camera peels back for just a moment back to the reel where the Smith is actively performing surgery on Vanessa's arm, trying to graft something in place while the skin was so that they can cover the arm so that the skin can grow back, and taking a bit of a break to step outside and smoke because nerves. He steps outside, lights a cigarette, takes a long puff, looks over, and watches as the car, the Camaro in real life, crumples as if it suddenly got hit by a huge force.
Uh-oh.
I owe you a car.
And
This is what happens when you put too much emotion into your car. It becomes a person. And then it dreams.
He watches it happen, looks over his shoulder at the group of you, looks back at the car,
Well, he was told what happened.
takes a long drag, and just lets it out for an extended period of time. Back in the dream.
Keep going.
The RV continues on. Everyone make me another spot hidden roll. Or a listen check, whichever's better.
Oh. You didn't say or. I want to do a listen check.
I feel the
My
important
spot
part.
hidden's better, but I'm gonna make a listen check
If
because
you
I
do the
have
listen
a
check-
chance of
If
getting
you do the
through.
listen check, we'll just ignore the spot hidden check that you rolled previously.
It's a critical success.
So unmark your successful spot hidden and mark your successful listen, unless you already had a successful spot hidden earlier. Critical
So,
success from Kathleen.
notably, Lillian still spirals unless someone stops her.
Oh yeah.
I believe I've mentioned I am not good with emotion,
I mean,
so
Victor's
I do
focusing on
not
Vanessa.
help.
Victor's focusing on Vanessa. It's going to have to be somebody else.
It's okay.
Katie, it's on you.
You can
I-
still
I
make this
critical
roll
success.
because you can still make this roll even if you're spiraling. Because again, your
Okay.
spiral right now is extending your awareness to the RV itself.
So, spot hidden or listen?
Wait,
Which-
didn't you succeed too, Jeremy?
listen.
No.
I succeeded on listen, yeah. No, I meant in terms of keeping Lillian from spiraling.
But she's doing a positive spiral.
It's still a spiral. It's still a hyper.
It's still a spiral, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
but it's a spiral that is helping us right now. Katie's not going to do anything.
Virginia agrees with you, so sorry, Lillian.
But it's again, it's okay because again, psychoactive realities, unlike real life, where you can where when you do a specific kind of hyperfocus, you cannot see anything, literally anything around you except for the hyperfocus. Your hyperfocus is the van, and the van returns the favor by extending your senses. Weird dream shit. So with all these successes that's happening, we're gonna start with the. Did anyone actually do a spot hidden? Yes, Vanessa did.
Yeah.
Listen, that was a spot hidden. Listen. Okay, starting with the spot hidden, Vanessa. Eventually, you get to the point where you can actually look at other things, and you're looking out the windows. You see something maneuvering through the woods. I say something because it is not identifiably anything that you recognize. It's a shape. Seems to be a large shape. Not identifiably any creature you're familiar with.
Does
Sure.
it look like it's following us?
Hard to tell. The rest of you that succeed on your listen checks, you hear what sounds like a. So Victor, starting with Victor, who just had a regular success, you hear what you would swear is a snake, like hissing, like sort of the slither and rattle of like a rattlesnake. With the hard success for Ginny and Lillian, you hear that slither and rattle, and you also hear like muttering. Something like underneath the slither and rattle is a muttering sound. Katie, with a natural 1, critical success. You can hear this muttering seems to be coming from the same source of the sound, and it's muttering something about how it must retrieve a sacrifice. It must retrieve the sacrifice. It must retrieve the sacrifice for. It must retrieve the sacrifice for Master. It must retrieve the sacrifice. Take to Master. It must retrieve the sacrifice, and it's getting louder and closer.
Also, it's also spiraling.
Can we step on it, please?
Lewis is like, I'm literally putting it as fast as I can.
There's something out there, guys.
Are you sure you're not going the speed limit? I know you,
It's
Lewis.
a Winnebago. And yeah, you can also hear the
Vanessa,
engine
are you
is.
ready to use your gun? Because we need guns ready.
Feelings I am not good
Do,
with.
do
Shooting,
we,
I am.
do we have our guns?
Yeah, Victor would have retrieved them
Okay.
before we left.
Yes.
And if not, somebody else.
The car might have been wrecked, but he would not have left his gear in it.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
important stuff got brought over.
Yes.
All right, Vanessa
Katie's
will
getting
grab
her
her
gun
gun.
ready too.
And so as you get your guns ready, and you all now hear, must be the sacrifice. Much deeper, much more growly and angry. And you
Well,
hear.
the growl was only partially getting picked up by your mic.
That's, yeah. You
Ginny, if you have your knife, maybe get that out.
Gun in one hand, knife in other.
you
I
hear
could sign a do not sacrifice for nothing.
trees falling away as something large enough to not give a shit pushes them away. And from the window, from one of the backside windows, you can sort of look and see. Lewis is seeing it from a rearview mirror. What looks like the snake version of a rat king.
Ugh.
Several dozen giant snakes tied together in a bundle,
I've seen this
dragging
bloodborne monster.
this bundle of slithering flesh along behind it, with arms that snakes don't normally have. Large scale clawed arms gripping the ground, digging into the dirt, pulling it along 2 by 2. There's about 6 arms on this thing, all just as it is crawling desperately after the RV. Lewis has put the gas all the way down.
Can we pull down a window and start shooting out the back at it?
Hang on a minute. Give me a second. Victor says as he sort of like puts a hand to the side of his head and focuses. Keep going straight. Victor says he's going to use Mirage
All right.
and create the illusion that the RV has hard banked left.
Okay. Make a power roll.
I believe we've learned this to the point that it doesn't require a power roll, right?
You're right. Yes. Well, no, this is your first time casting. You haven't cast it yet.
Oh, we treated the initial power like we had already.
The initial power. Yeah, the initial power. This is a new one that you've learned, so you haven't cast it yet.
Fair enough.
So make a power roll.
Power roll. Hard success.
Absolutely. Yeah, you focus and roll a d4. Actually, everyone that's looking out the back. So everyone
Cost me 4.
Everyone that's looking
Everyone
out
looking at the back rolls a d4.
Roll a d4. Yeah.
Only it's not looking out the back, but still spiraling. Does that count?
No, you're not.
Yeah, because
you're
Okay.
not seeing it. So
Okay.
your awareness is extended, but you're not seeing the mirage.
Okay.
All right. So all of you lose that much sanity to your current sanity, not your max. As you watch as almost like the RV is dividing itself like a cell. The second RV just splits off from the RV and begins crashing through the trees. And this giant snake amalgamation is just crawling hand over fist towards you, immediately veers to one side, snake heads whipping around following it, and begins crawling after it. It's not, Victor, you know it's not gonna take very long for it to realize it's an illusion and turn back around.
Keep building distance, everyone get guns ready. That's not gonna last.
So you've got a little bit. What's everyone doing to prepare?
I mean, I'm gonna make sure my gun's ready, and I'm gonna make sure there's a steady seat and a window to shoot out of.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Find yourself a seat. Make sure your gun's loaded and ready. Loaded bullet in the
Victor
chamber.
Victor opens one of the back windows and just sort of lays the 30-06 across it, and it's just like looks back over. Nobody's got a trick for a magic bullet, right?
No dice.
Oh, I can't. That doesn't work for my thing. Doesn't work for that.
We don't have any cows anyway.
No, but in a pinch, as I glance back at Lewis.
I just figured I'd ask in
Penny.
case somebody had developed some new power spontaneously.
I may not
Just-
be good with the emotions, but I can make a joke.
Just one that'll get us killed.
Is it a joke if you're threatening murder?
Yes.
I think this is harassment levels. I think you need to chill.
This, Victor says, looking over at Vanessa.
Sorry, what did he say? I didn't get that.
Sis.
Being honest.
No, you're not. Especially not to yourself.
That voice begins to pick back up again, Vanessa.
Pulls out her gun.
You are a better
Not
shot.
for herself. Gets the gun ready. I just realized how this sounds.
Vanessa, out of nowhere, eats the barrel. Anyways.
Gets gun ready, works on aiming it through window.
I'm suddenly reminded, in the intro, you didn't give the Call of Cthulhu warning.
I did not get the Call of Cthulhu warning. It's fair. I keep forgetting to. I gave it earlier in the series, which at least means something.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a
I
reminder,
mean, it's Call of Cthulhu.
as a
also.
reminder for anyone watching that might not realize, Call of Cthulhu is a horror game. That means that we will touch on subjects that are upsetting intrinsically, and we will try not to dwell on them too long. But if you do have issues with themes of self-harm, themes of nightmares, fears, body horror, and the like, this might not be the show for you. If you didn't pick up on that already.
Victor's going to be taking the time for the aim action, which gives a bonus die for your shot next for the next chance you get.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, you're
I
I'm
just didn't
assuming
know
you're
it
all
was an
aiming.
action.
Ditto.
I'm assuming you're all aiming. And Lillian, you're actually continuing to because you're still in your hyper focus, you are still reinforcing the RV, which has passive
Extra hit
benefits.
points?
It has passive benefits. Those passive benefits only matter to me right now. So, but they are occurring, and I am taking them into account. So good for
So
you.
is Lillian able to spiral and ready a gun?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah,
it-
you could. Yeah, your awareness is such
Okay.
that you could ready a gun as well.
Okay.
You're functionally operating at you're functionally operating at looks like a half functionality. Every turn you are taking your what is it? Because there's a standard action and then there's is it called a swift action or a free?
Hang on, I have the actions in combat here. 1 second.
Does
Because I have gotten that far in my book.
every system has different terminology.
So on their turn, the dex order, highest to lowest, each character may use their action to initiate an attack, to perform a fighting maneuver, to leave in combat, to cast a spell, to perform some other action. Character may elect to delay acting. Dexterity. Combat round. A combat round is deliberately whenever investigator combat round is over.
Functionally, you can't move. Like you can't move or do any
Yeah.
combat maneuvers, but you can still shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, there is basically action and moving.
Yeah.
In combat.
So you can't move from where you're at, and you can't aim or anything like that, but you can fire the gun as needed with
Okay.
your extended senses, and you're not actually having to look at what you're firing at. You just know what direction to point the gun at. As Lillian finds her own para-utilitarian powers,
We're
autism.
river tamming it.
Anyways, so y'all take a round to aim, and then you see it again. This massive 6-armed tangle of snakes with too many heads to count just begins rampaging back, knocking trees out, coming. You now realize that the various different levels of muttering and voices you're hearing are because all of the snakes' heads look like a combination of snake and human. Like it's like a snake with a human face, kind of. And that human mouth that is gibbering constantly, and that's where the source of the muttering. So many different heads, each one saying a different variation of need to acquire as a sacrifice to return it to master. Different combinations of words, different variations, different inflections, different levels of emotion, but all of them concentrated, it seems, on retrieving you and delivering you to somewhere you probably don't want to be. At least not in the way that they will deliver you. So,
How is this thing propelling itself?
with its arms, all 6 of them.
That's what I thought.
Again, snakes don't have arms, but these do.
Yeah. So the initiative order going on our decks.
Yes, it's dexterity. Hang on, let me look at it real quick.
Just hit initiative in combat to send it to the tracker.
Yep.
Although there isn't the tracker right now.
Hang on.
And we don't have tokens, so.
It's okay. I'll put you on the tracker. When you do get that bookmark finished, that bookmark edition finished, please send it to me because it'll be very.
It's going to be a while because there are 438 pages and I am currently on 179.
Fair. Oh, wait. hang
That
on.
said, I did learn there are optional rules if you want to roll your
The
initiative.
version that I have has bookmarks already.
Are they good bookmarks?
I don't know.
Hmm.
That I don't know. Anyways.
I did
I
learn there
also
are
have a
optional
version
rules
that-
if you want to roll initiative.
I also have. It's okay. We don't need to worry about that for now because this is just easier. I also have a version that doesn't have bookmarks. I think I might have 2 different versions of this book.
Hmm.
Okay, so this comes out of just sidebar for those that aren't familiar with the GM section of the Call of Cthulhu book. The bestiary is separated into mythos monsters, deities of the mythos, traditional horrors, and beasts. I love the concept of traditional horrors. You know, normal things. Things you might find on a New Jersey turnpike. Let's see. We are using that. Yes, the roiling coils. That. Victor. Virginia. Lewis, who is driving the RV. Kathleen. Lillian, give us initiative as well, please.
Oh, wait.
Oh, we're doing initiative.
And Vanessa, yes.
What are we? Is
Just click
that?
initiative.
Under the combat tab.
Yeah. Or just tell me what your dex is.
Why do I not see it?
Just tell me what your dex is.
It's 50.
Thank you.
Sorry,
It's okay.
I do not see it.
Under
Hang on.
combat, it just says dexterity. It's
Okay, yeah, okay.
That doesn't
Sorry.
say initiative.
Sorry, I was looking for something that said initiative.
No, it's just dexterity to turn tracker.
There we go. So the roiling coils goes first with its 100 dexterity.
Of course.
It,
Don't
however,
like that.
It, however, is not currently in reach of the RV, so it just gets closer. Kathleen.
I'm gonna shoot it.
All right, so you're aiming for a bonus die, so go ahead and
That's
make
a
an attack.
bonus die?
Yep.
And then
All right, so at the current range that you're at, so 48 is a success. At the current range you're at, it's going to be 1d6. So
yeah, because the damage on that thing is not accurate.
so 2 damage as you just fire a pot shot out the back window. Victor.
Victor is going to try and fill this thing with lead. a direct hit. Bonus die. Still a hit. For 16 damage. So I rolled max.
Right. Okay. Virginia.
Boom, boom, boom.
Make attacks. Are you attacking once or multiple times?
Just once.
Okay. As a reminder, as those of you that are using any of you that are using a semi-automatic or automatic weapon, you can make multiple attacks for a penalty. Bonus die. It doesn't matter if you're getting extreme success. It doesn't matter if you roll the bonus die. You can't get higher.
Correct.
3 and 10, so 13.
Yep.
Nice. Lillian. So you wouldn't get a bonus die, but you can fire out the back window.
Yep.
Goes wide. You don't hit anybody, but it goes wide. Vanessa.
Firing.
Yep. You can have aim, so you'll have a bonus die.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it makes it a hard success, not an extreme, but go ahead and roll the damage on your handgun. I believe the D10.
Mm-hmm. Nine.
All right, 9 damage. Lewis is going to make a drive check. Let's have Lewis make a drive check. Lewis is a little panicking up at the front. And so the RV is not being held the steadiest.
No wonder I missed. It's Lewis's fault.
Blame Lewis. As is a running trend in Final Show films, blame Craig.
Yeah, but that was a robot, Craig.
This is also a robot, Craig.
That's fair.
All right. Lillian, please make a power roll for me. As these 6 arms just pull it up, and it rapidly closes the distance between where it was and where you are. And as it does, these heads get closer and closer, and you see now fully. You can fully see these are human faces at the ends of snakes, with snake-like tongues and snake-like fangs and teeth, with no real face to speak of. Evil transphobe wizard style, but not really looking at you so much as the eyes are unfocused and sort of looking in your general direction. Several of them have one or both eyes blinded, but it doesn't seem to matter as it just continues to draw unerringly accurately towards the RV. And when it gets close enough, 2 of those 6 arms, just these massive arms, each of which looks like they could grab and hold your entire body with one hand, just swings
no nose to
at
speak
the
of?
RV. No nose to speak of. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Again, transphobic wizard style. It's going to make an attack roll. It can't miss, but it can get varying degrees of success.
Can't it miss if it rolls 100?
So mythos creatures do not function under the same rules as player characters do. This creature has a fighting skill of 100%, which means it cannot miss. But whether or not it gets an extreme success changes things. Basically, it's large enough that once it's within range, it will hit whatever it's swinging at, provided that it can reach it. Fortunately for you all, you're all inside the RV. Unfortunately for you, Dravian did not succeed their reinforcement roll, but did not roll anything better than a regular success. So, the RV takes 1d10 damage. The RV takes 7 damage as this massive claw just smacks into the side of it, and you feel the rear axle of the RV shift as it regains itself on the drive. It had to slow down to hit, so the RV pulls away a little bit, but there's just a gash of claw marks on one side of it, ripping through the exterior of the RV.
More
And
places to poke guns out of.
Kathleen's turn.
I'm gonna shoot it again. I assume we're oh well, okay.
Yeah, you're at a closer range now, but you're pretty certain you hit it, but amongst the mass of writhing tendrils, it doesn't seem like you hit a place that it particularly cares about you hitting. Victor.
How far away are we talking with this thing?
You would now be in the 20 range.
20 yard?
Yeah. The RV is desperately trying to get away fast, but it's...
Is it within 15 yards?
No.
Okay. He'll put the Desert Eagle just sort of on the table next to him, and still like where it's within reach if he needs it, if he gets closer. But yeah.
Are you sure you want to put it on the table, considering that
That's
this
fair.
thing rocks the RV when it hits it?
Yeah, that's fair. He will still have it like within like unclasped and within ready reach, basically.
Fair.
Because he needs to be able to switch to it quickly if it gets too close.
You got it in quick draw mode.
Yeah. But we'll fire his 30-06. Motherfucker. He misses.
That is
Fortunately,
99.
the malfunction on 30-06 is 100.
Okay, so it doesn't jam. All right, so yeah. Actually, I'll say what happens is it misfires with this 99. It doesn't blow up, but like you fire and there's the gun goes, the bullet goes off, but it doesn't leave the barrel. So you have to like eject it manually and get.
He has to like pull the breech and fire off the entire round still in one case.
Exactly. Yeah, you just have to like breach it, shove it out, reload, load it back up. There's a long series of impressive sounding clicks as you adjust the gun.
This is like motherfucker.
Oh, I have been playing music, so I'm going to turn on the appropriately titled "Fist of a Serpent." That makes it Virginia's turn.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Again, just one shot.
Boom, boom, boom. One shot, but you add the extra 2.
Yes.
Fire. Extreme
Hey!
success.
Another extreme success, so another
Nice.
11 damage.
Nice. Ginny
It'd be
is-
nice if the actual damage die that I roll could roll above a 3.
Look, you are either rolling below a 10 for everything
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Or-
I will accept that.
or not. All right. Lillian.
Can Lillian focus on the spiral more?
Yeah, you could use an action to actively reinforce.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's do that.
Go ahead and power roll with a bonus die then.
14.
Makes it a 14. Not an extreme success, but a hard one. Go ahead.
Can I
and-
spend the 4 luck to make that an extreme success?
You could, yes.
Let's do that.
All right. Roll me 2d10.
2d10.
5. Hey, I mean, hey, you give the RV back 5 hit points. You watch as this passive psychoactive reinforcement. Those gaping those gaping claw marks begin to seal themselves shut. All right, and Vanessa.
All right. Shooting again.
Make attack roll. Just once or multiple times?
I take a penalty if I do. Oh gosh.
Yeah, if you shoot multiple
Um,
times, it's a penalty die on each shot. I I don't know.
I'll go ahead and try to shoot again.
I don't know what the what's the refire
The
rate
Sphinx
for...
3000's malfunction is 98.
Yeah, no. So what's its fire rate?
Oh, 3.
3?
It's 1-3.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can choose to fire 3 times. So
Just firing the 2 times.
I mean,
There's no additional penalty for putting a third shot.
Oh, is
yeah,
there?
you're just
Okay,
using more
then-
ammunition is all.
Okay.
So
You're gonna roll 2 d10s for penalty dice.
yeah, penalty dice for each of those.
Am I just hitting the penalty, or
Yes.
am
Yeah,
I
hit,
just
hit penalty, hit 1, and then
So
hit
the
1
first
again.
one misses, the second one hits, or the third one hits. So go ahead and roll
Okay.
damage for the third one.
I should point out that
5.
you might not make that third shot because that is 98, which is the malfunction on the Sphinx, unless she spends 10 luck.
Oh, would you like to spend 10 luck to not have your gun?
I would like to. Yes, I would.
Okay.
I haven't spent any luck
So,
yet right now.
2 shots, but the first one goes wide, the second one gets caught in the chamber. But you very quickly just pull the what's it called? What's the top of the gun called? Oh, my handgun.
Slide.
Chamber.
Slide. You pull the slide back you pull the slide back very quickly and jerk the grip to the side to clear the spent casing out of the chamber. Slam it back manually to reload it and fire one more time for 5 damage. All right. Lewis is going to make another drive check, see if he can get a little bit further clear of the creature. Failure.
I feel like Lewis has enough luck for that.
He does, but I'm not going to spend his luck without his permission. So, he is going to not make that.
Are you marking his successes?
He hasn't had any yet.
Okay.
So yes.
So yes, I am. All right. It gets up. It slithers back up. Go ahead and make me another power roll, Lillian. This is the reflexive one for the reinforcement. All right. Roll me a d10. All right. So your reinforcement is going to prevent 9 damage. Fortunately, it just rolled a regular success, so... Yeah. The claws scrape along the side of the RV, but it doesn't seem to penetrate this time, as Lillian's focus is keeping the RV reinforced. Kathleen, it's now within your minimum range.
What?
It's now within your point blank range, so that 10 meters.
Okay. But I have to reload. How much time does that take?
Reload's an action,
Okay. Then that's what I'm doing this turn.
or do you spend your movement to reload?
I can spend
There's a thing about reloading.
Thank you.
Da 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 da. Bullets, firearms. Reloading firearms. It takes 1 combat round to load 2 shells into any handgun, rifle, or shotgun. Allow 1 round to exchange a clip. Allow 2 rounds to exchange a machine gun belt. In a round, it is possible to put 1 round in a chamber and get that round shot off with 1 penalty die. So you can load 2 rounds into your shotgun, or you can put 1 round and shoot it for a penalty die.
I'm not good enough to hit with a penalty die, so I'm going to put 2 rounds in, and then I can do 2 shots without a penalty die.
Yeah.
Yep, next round. Yeah, so you flip the breech. The spent shells go out. Two more shells. Loaded in. Click it closed. Victor.
As he had put the Desert Eagle into a quick draw, he just pulls it up and squeezes 3 shots into it.
Go ahead. 3 shots with a penalty on each. I love the descriptions you put in for these, by the way.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a failure, but not a
Yep. So
not a
first shot goes
malfunction.
wide as the Desert Eagle sings loudly.
Still a hit
Second one's still a hit.
for 12 damage.
Yep. Very consistent on your initial rolls. Still a hit.
And still a hit for 10 damage.
All right. 2 more shots from the Desert Eagle. Bam, bam. You watch as one of the heads just drops. And it seems like, and now the serpentine amalgamation is sort of dragging a head along, which causes it to slow down a little bit. Virginia.
Bam, bam, bam. One shot.
I love
It's sort of like Jacob Wysocki's buzzer sound.
Yeah. No, I love it. It's great.
Oh, well, that's not great.
Is 98 the...
98
98
is
is the malfunction.
exactly
It takes 10 luck to
exactly
not
the
malfunction.
I
malfunction.
believe Ginny only has 1 luck.
I have 1 luck.
So the gun jams.
Yeah.
Good. That means that That means that the ultimate situation was not a result of her being a bad shot.
Exactly. Yeah. No. You go to fire and yeah, you click. Shit. You're gonna have to reload the whole thing next round, basically. Clear. All right. Lillian.
Gonna focus on reinforcing the RV.
Power roll.
Okay. With the bonus dice still?
Yes, because you are actively leaning into your focus.
Nope.
Yeah. 69. Well, nice. Do you have 19 luck to spend?
I have 9 luck.
69. Well,
As
nice.
it should be.
Well, nice. Not good enough. So no healing to the RV right now. Vanessa.
Shooting. I'll go ahead and do the penalty and do 3 shots again.
Okay. So 27 the penalty. 37 hits. You roll 1 more or 2 more. 16 penalty die. 66 still hits. 73 penalty die. Yep, 73 still hits. So 3d10. Just roll 3d10 altogether for the total damage.
Mm-hmm. 21.
Nice. Very nice. Another head collapses. Now, there's still an uncountable number of heads up and writhing, but now it's starting to stumble over its head and it's losing a little bit of distance. Lewis is going to drive. Try to. You're now at a point where Lewis can theoretically get away from it if he succeeds drive roll. Unfortunately, he does not. So it is able to catch back up even while it's stumbling over its own heads.
I know what I need to do next round.
Lillian, go ahead and give me another power roll for reinforcement. Ooh, extreme success. Roll 2d10. You're going to prevent 12 damage, which means it can't damage you. All right, yeah. So yeah, it gets up close and slams a hand into the RV, but it just bounces off as the RV seems to be made of more durable materials than it actually is. Kathleen, you have 2 shots you can fire.
Yes, and I will fire them.
2 shots, penalty die on both. Go ahead. Unload both barrels. Let's go.
You have twice as many shots as Eminem.
That hits.
41 still hits. 1 more.
Oh.
97.
That does not hit. But it is not. It is not a malfunction.
Okay, so go ahead. You're close enough. Go ahead and roll 46.
Is it lagging or did it not roll?
Why not both?
13. Okay. You fire, and one of the snake heads is like coming right towards the back of the RV. Its mouth open as it continues blathering on about needing to get the sacrifice for the master. As you 2 shots into its face, The face is rendered a bloody mess of shot as the head and neck drop, and it stumbles over itself. This tangled ball of snakes tangles itself up even more and stops pursuing as it seems to fall still alive, but not quite able to function well enough to pursue. As the RV puts distance between you, eventually turns a corner, and it's out
Okay,
of
I was
sight.
about to have to take over the steering if that kept up.
After a couple of minutes of focusing, all of you intently, you do not hear it moving anymore, at least not following you. That that feeling of tension is still there that you got when you entered the woods.
Right.
But at the moment, there's nothing following you.
We're gonna have to be careful.
As Victor like sees it not chasing and like lowers his gun and like exhales and looks over at Vanessa. See, what did I tell you? You're a better shot than I am.
I'm a better shot than both of you.
Maybe one day.
Objectively, today.
You did only miss the one.
And that was not a missed shot. That was the gun
that was a
jamming.
misfire, yeah.
Victor also only missed the one, and it was a gun potentially jamming.
But so I'm assuming you clear the jam, Virginia.
Yes.
Clear, reload. You all take a moment to reload your weapons, just in case, assumedly.
Yeah.
I reload the whole one round.
I mean, hey, you pull out the magazine, slip one into the magazine, click it back in. You do it's the video game thing where you reload when you're not fully empty, just in case.
I reload the one in a magazine of 17.
Really,
Good to be thorough.
that's just the one that sits in the chamber, honestly. So it's just like you just pull the slide back, put one back in, let the slide go back down. But yeah, you are, for the moment, out of danger. Well, not out of danger. You're out of combat.
Out of the most immediate danger.
Yeah. Lewis looks back over his shoulder. Anything else coming up behind us?
Doesn't seem to be, but if we could keep the pace up, that would probably be for the best.
Victor, you are hearing the poor strained RV engine. It's going as fast as it can.
This thing is not going to be able to do much more of this.
In fact, you're pretty certain
Well,
Lewis
maybe
needs to shift.
We don't need to push it, but like
I walk up to the driver's seat and like, Victor, move aside. Or not Victor, Lewis, move aside.
Yeah, Lewis moves aside. Go ahead and make a drive auto check.
All I can imagine
Fuck
is...
you. Hang on, I think I have more than enough luck for that.
All I can imagine is the only reason the engine hasn't blown is because of Lillian's like spiral. It's like
there it goes.
What is slash roll 83 minus
Lillian really pulled her weight in that.
19? Yeah, okay,
Oh, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so you spend 19 luck. Yeah, you get in the driver's seat and realize that Lewis hasn't taken it out of second.
Fuck.
You shift up. All of a sudden, you all feel like a physical sense of relief over the RV itself as it is shifted into third, and you hear you feel the whole thing shudder as it suddenly starts speeding up.
That would have been useful.
Again, not knowing that what affects our vehicles in the dream affects the real. It's a good thing this is a dream, Winnebago, because that transmission is going to need work now.
Victor, the transmission already needed work.
Yeah, I don't drive this thing regularly enough.
with Lillian still spiraling, does the RV continue to heal? Because I think it was still
Yes.
still
Yeah.
2 damage.
Yeah. No. After a while, while you're still focusing on that on that hyper focus, that hyper fixation, yeah, the metal of the RV begins to stitch itself back together.
Man, that's really useful.
All you can imagine is somehow we get out of this and the transmission's in better condition than when we started.
Not
I
even
wouldn't be surprised.
hyperfixation can do that. Speaking of which, like every time this is a trans tangent, but every time I hear someone use a particularly derogative phrase for trans people, I always think they're talking about a car engine.
Yeah, I just both
Yeah.
we grew up with a mechanic for a dad. It's like,
And that's the only context we had
Absolutely.
that
you
word
say
for the longest
you say
time.
that word, and we're like, a transmission. Okay, yeah.
Absolute. Like I was aware of that word as the slur for a long time, but I definitely grew up with it being used as how you describe a vehicle's transmission.
Yeah, it's just shorthand for transmission, and so
Yes.
I never grokked it as a slur until significantly later.
Yep.
I would always get confused as to why people were talking about their transmissions all the time. But anyways, but yeah, as we close this week's session, we'll close actually on you cresting a hill that exits the forest. Victor in the driver's seat, there is a particular smell coming from the engine that tells you that once you park this thing, it's not moving for a while.
It needs to cool down.
Yeah, because you're trying to go 90 miles an hour in second gear.
As far as I know, Lewis does not know how to drive sticks. So
that is completely fair.
I don't either, to be fair. I just know that if you drive without shifting, it does bad things to the engine. It doesn't go as
yes,
fast.
Yes, it does.
But you crest a hill looking on Lake Haven. Lake Haven is a fairly densely built urban city. For people that need a visual, it kind of looks like Seattle, in that it is very, very vertical. You can see from the hill that you're on, it's actually built up the slope of the mountain range, so that it ends like there's dock access on the lake itself, for quite a distance. It seems like it's sort of built along the curve of the lake that is accessible to beach, and then it just from there takes a left and goes up the mountain. So this sort of slightly oddly cantered city, that's spread out along the base of the mountain and the beach and the access basin of the river, of the lake where the river comes out. Oddly, as you look at it from this angle, the combination of the way the city is laid out and the mountain range behind it, it looks like a toothy grin.
That's not odd at all. We know where we are.
Not in a this thing has anthropomorphized and become a mouth way, just in a coincidence of nature way. But still,
almost worse.
With that visage in your eyes as you look on Lake Haven, that's where we're going to end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.